What is up, everybody? Jaco here today, and today I want to talk about being real. And let's see this. Everybody's gonna cut in front, or try to cut in front. What are you doing? Okay, never mind. So I want to talk about being real and where it got me in life, and is it actually appreciated or not? Based on my opinion, I can ask you guys, like, hey, do you appreciate that I'm, a genuine, authentic individual? So the reason why I say this is there's many things and situations that I choose not to partake in or say or do or act because it would be a lie and be fake. And that's not who I am. And I also don't like to sell myself on something fake. And I'll give you an example of something previously in the past that I was part of that I wasn't comfortable with, so I decided not to go forward with it. But this is just one example of many, and it's not, all of them aren't the same category. I just want to say that. So I had a friend who started up a diet like he created his own diet pills and wanted me to advertise them, and he paid me to he was paying me to advertise these pills. But then I realized is that I never used these pills. I never took these pills. I don't know if these pills are even safe. I don't even know if they're FDA approved. And so I ended up giving him his money back and saying, like, look, I thought I would be, but I'm not okay advertising something that I've never used and I can't, say for. Just like if I got a product and even if I was paid to review it and truthfully it sucked, I would truthfully say that in a respectful way, where it's just crazy when you look into this world of what people say and do and willing to do for money. And I get it. Money runs the world, but you have to ask yourself at what point, like, you have to have some kind of self-conscious or something. So self-consciousness about what you do and how what you say can affect and hurt others. I would love to talk about something that I'm not allowed to talk about for legal reasons. And maybe one day I will be able to discuss it. And it's not me not wanting to tell you guys, and it's me not being genuine. It's legally I could be sued if I talked about it. So I can't. So that's something that's really on my mind. But just other things in general is people promote themselves in a lying way to get money. And I just thought about it. Let me give you an example. So it's so crazy. I see my old SUV everywhere and I'm just like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. I wish I didn't trade it in. But realistically, I really needed the money. So I had to give it back, my Genesis GV70 SUV, the fully loaded one. And not only that, my car now gets twice as better gas mileage, so that's important. But back to the topic. So I got somebody at me in a tweet, and it said, oh, that's Jake Orion's thing between his legs, not yours. So there's a guy, and this happens so much. Like, no joke whatsoever. This happens a lot. Somebody took my video, which I don't really care people take my videos off of Twitter, but if you're gonna post it, at least post and say, this is me, or advertise my page or something. No, they were advertising their own OF using my video. And not only that, they're over here with 7,000 likes on a video posted a few hours ago, and I could post the same video and only have 500 likes when I have 280,000 followers. Literally makes absolutely no sense. I don't know if they're buying likes. I don't know if they have fake views. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. It's clearly lying. You're clearly stealing. And to me, it's just so absurd. Completely absurd. So these are the things I talk about in life. And I start to ask myself what's right and what's wrong. And I believe what's right is being truthful, telling the truth, and not robbing people, where you see commercials for products, or let's say you're doing renovation in your house, and you're like, I'm looking for a tile guy, and you hire the first tile guy that gives you a good estimate, and that guy probably did 1 or 2 jobs. He's awful at tiling, awful at cutting the tiles, awful at laying the tiles, breaking your tiles, and you want to believe that that person's good at what they do and meticulous at their job, and they're going to do a good job, but you're let down. And it's kind of crazy because anybody nowadays can start a business. Anybody can get licensed. Anybody can get insurance. It's not, and then when you work for a company, it's a little different, because then the company is usually liable for the work unless they're using a third-party person. So I remember when I moved to Texas and I had my floors done, I think that I used an installer that was recommended by Home Depot. And what happened is they did a really, really bad job. I would say like a 5.5 out of 10, but still not acceptable. I bought tiles that were either 24 by 24 or 48 by 48, whatever they were, and the cuts were awful. There's just so many, the gaps on the outside with the baseboards were awful. Everything was so bad. So what happened was they were trying to not remove the baseboards and fit it under the baseboards, and instead they didn't even get it to reach the baseboards, and then they put in stuff to make it just fill, but you can see that the tile wasn't cut right. Point is that I think that they gave me a lot of money off because I complained, because I think I threatened and said, hey, look, I'm going to call Home Depot if you guys don't make this right. And I can't remember exactly what happened. I knew it was really beneficial to me. I think I paid first half up front, and then the second half I was supposed to pay on completion, and they said, well, we're not going to come back and you can just keep the second half. And I forgot what they didn't finish that I had to do, but I think that was that. So, like I said, that being said, obviously that's wrong. Obviously we shouldn't be doing work if we're not confident in our work. We shouldn't call ourselves professionals if we're not really professionals. What makes somebody a professional, right? So it's really hard for me to, man, everybody be cutting me out these days. It's really hard for me to promote something that I don't approve of, or I don't feel comfortable promoting, or the item or product is not legitimate. It's like, how do you do it? How are you okay with that? So I know celebrities do that all the time, where let's just say a celebrity talks about a phone. They're like, well, the Galaxy phone is one of the best phones, but they're an iPhone user and they never used the Galaxy phone in their life. But obviously Galaxy phones are good, but still you're promoting something you never used, and you claim you're using it in the commercial, but you really don't. So you're technically lying. But I mean, I get it. We all lie. We all fabricate information. But if you buy a phone because Dwayne Wade, or let's just use another celebrity, Selena Gomez has a Android, and you had an iPhone, and now you're like, well, I mean, this sounds kind of stupid, but you're like, well, Selena Gomez has an Android, so now I want an Android, and then you find out Selena Gomez really has an iPhone, and you're like, wow, Selena lied to me. So, world's a crazy place. And I obviously financially I just want to get better and do better, but I also don't want to sit here and lie and fabricate stuff and not be genuine with my fans. I feel like you guys deserve that. I feel like I owe that to you guys. But I also feel like, and ask myself, hey, look, is this benefiting me or not? And that's the scary part of it all. That's the big problem. I'm like really, really questioning, hey, look, I probably could be making triple, quadruple the money if I sit here and do what other people do, or tell the truth and make a quarter of that, and realizing this is only going to last me probably till I'm 40. And now that doesn't mean I'm contemplating on lying to people. I'm just saying that I don't know how much being truthful and honest has benefited me. thus far. So thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry if it sounded like I was rambling. It's frustrating. I'm trying to find new avenues and take new paths and figure things out, but just gonna keep my head up. Take care.